This short video is to assist with using and understanding Turnitin. Specifically, students will gain an understanding of what Turnitin really does and how to read their similarity reports correctly, especially with regards to quoting and paraphrasing. Several helpful ECU services and resources will also be mentioned where students can get further help with their academic writing. A lot of students get stressed out and even hate Turnitin, feeling that it accuses them unfairly of plagiarism and also that it forces them to focus on lowering some dreaded similarity percentage rather than actually writing their assignments properly. This stress stems from a misunderstanding about what Turnitin actually shows, and the biggest misconception surrounding Turnitin is that it detects plagiarism. Turnitin does not detect plagiarism. It detects similarities in your text to the work of others, which is perfectly fine in academic writing so long as you acknowledge those other authors correctly. It's only when you fail to acknowledge properly that similarity can become plagiarism. Turnitin actually does you a favour by showing you such similarities before your assignment's deadline. What you'll see is that it's basically just a colour-coded version of your submission paper that compares your work against Turnitin's database of various journals, websites and student submissions from ECU and other educational institutions across the world. Any text that is unhighlighted is text that doesn't appear anywhere else on the internet, but each piece of numbered, highlighted text is something that Turnitin has seen somewhere else. You can investigate exactly where Turnitin has seen a particular text match by clicking on each number, and every text match will fall into one of two categories when you click on it. It'll be either an internet source, which you can click on and read in full if you like, or else it'll be some sort of student submission, which only your lecturers will be able to read since it may belong to other students in your class or to students at universities around the world. Turnitin will also pick up submissions made by you yourself in previous years or in other units. So if you happen, for example, to be retaking a unit you've attempted previously, please don't resubmit the same essay as last time without speaking to your lecturer first to check whether this is actually okay. In any case, each bit of highlighting in the similarity report adds up to create this number on the right, the overall similarity score. And this percentage is where stress levels usually go right up when people focus way too much upon it. It's extremely important to understand that this score is not an accusation of plagiarism, and that highlighted sections in the similarity report may be innocent for many reasons. For instance, this overall similarity score is saying that 42% of the text in this essay is similar to other works, but that 42% is comprised of highlighted sections from innocent sources such as a common cover sheet you and all your classmates may be using in your unit, the unit name, common essay headings on a contents page or in the essay itself such as introduction, parts of your header and footer, even the page number. This is hardly plagiarism, it's just common text that Turnitin has seen on other documents. The similarity report also highlights phrases that may be very common in your field, such as to protect the privacy of the patient, and even proper names of organisations such as ECU that every student in your class might end up mentioning. Again, not plagiarism, just similar to some other document on the internet, so this text match has been added into the overall similarity score over here. Down the bottom, ironically, it's even highlighted the referencing. Whilst each of these innocent text matches adds somewhat to the overall similarity score, the other part of this 42% will be the things you deliberately write because of all your academic readings, all the direct quotes and statements you've paraphrased based upon research studies you've read, arguments made by other people that you're mentioning, etc., etc. These might get highlighted by Turnitin, but such quoting and paraphrasing of others' work is perfectly fine, often expected in academia, so long as you remember to acknowledge the original authors every time. Here's a quote from Turnitin themselves that says the same thing. All Turnitin does is highlight text in your assignment that is similar to text that it's seen somewhere else. Any text and all text. It isn't intended to make the judgment call on whether that highlighted text is actually plagiarism, and instructors will not be looking solely at the overall similarity percentage, but rather at whether highlighted text is properly cited and referenced. There is no arbitrary goal percentage when thinking about similarity scores. Your goal when writing your assignments, therefore, is not to reduce the similarity score down to 0% or to some 20% danger threshold or to some other arbitrary number. Your goal isn't to reduce your percentage by painfully rewording sentences or by deliberately not including your academic readings at all. Those strategies are unnecessary and possibly even harmful. Your goal is simply to make sure that each piece of highlighted text is properly cited and referenced. If your lecturer does state a particular similarity percentage they want you to aim for, talk to them and find out why. Chances are it has little to do with possible plagiarism and is more about them wanting you to show your original thoughts and make an authentic contribution, rather than merely writing down nothing but the ideas of other people. For instance, if a student were to hand in an essay with a similarity score of 70%, just as an example number, then the student would be safe from plagiarism so long as everything was properly cited and referenced. But that 70% similarity does suggest that not much original thought has been submitted, just a whole lot of quoting the thoughts of others. Again, discuss any specific requirements with your lecturer. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to leave you with some links where you can find more help with academic skills such as writing and paraphrasing. And since I only touched on them briefly here, I'd again strongly encourage you to check them out. I hope this video helps you feel less stressed about Turnitin and that you now know what to look for. Thanks for watching.